States. Dear Molly, I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Who lives in South Carolina? Who? Me. Good job. Me. Zach does. Do you live in South? Yes. Royale lives in South Carolina. We all live in South Carolina. Good job, Sarah. We all live in South Carolina. So we're gonna write, Dear Molly, I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Who's been to the beach?
I have.
You've been to the beach. You've probably been to Myrtle, actually. So let's learn about it. A lot of people vacation in Myrtle Beach. It is a town along the Atlantic City. People like to go play in the sand and swim in the ocean. Your friend Keith. Who wrote this letter?
Keith.
And who did you write it to?
Molly.
Why did you write a letter to Molly?
Because you wanted to know it.
Yes. He wanted to know, yes, good job. She wanted to know about the Southeast, so she messaged Keith and was like, what's going on down there? Okay, so in my letter is a map of my state. Can you find the capital and Myrtle Beach on the map? Who wants to come up to the board? Who else besides? You want to come up? You just answered a lot. You can come up, Zach. Just put your finger on the star. What does the star represent in a map, everyone? What does it represent, Paige? It represents Columbia. It's also the capital, right? That's what you just told me. I heard you say it. It's the capital, so in every map, the star represents the capital. Can you find Myrtle Beach on our map? Can you find it? Come on. Well, you're already standing. Yeah, we'll both of you. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Myrtle Beach. Thank you. So, if you notice, where is Myrtle Beach on this? Isn't it right on the little line right here? You can sit down there. Thank you. It's right on the line, right? So what do you think would probably be over here? If they play in the sand and they play in the ocean, what's right here? The ocean, right? Because that's what they play in. So the ocean would be right here. Okay, so why do people visit South Carolina, you would think? We live here, but why do you think people would visit? Tell me. A lot of people vacation here, right? Why do they come to vacation? Why would they come to vacation? Because they like to play what? They like to play in the sand and swim? Yeah. Good job. So let's learn about some facts about Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach has festivals, amusement parks, and shopping malls. So you can have lots of fun and shop all day at Myrtle. The Freestyle Music Park has roller coasters, music shows, and fireworks. Many visitors like to visit the golf. Many visitors like to golf at Myrtle Beach. So, what would be a sport or something that people go to Myrtle Beach for fun? Matthew? What would be a good sport that they would play at Myrtle Beach? After reading the sentence, what would you think? Take your time. It's not a rush. We could always look back up here. And we're talking about all the stuff that's in Myrtle Beach, such as the park, shopping malls, music park, fireworks, golf, festivals, all that good stuff. What would be a sport they would come for?
Let's see. I used to be in the golf.
Golf, good job. So they would come to play golf. So they would come to play golf, but that's a game they would play, but they would also shop and stuff. All of those stuff. Thank you, Matthew. Okay. So here we go again. Right into Molly. Is everyone ready? I live in New Orleans, Louisiana. Every year we have Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is a festival where people dress up in colorful costumes. Many people come here from all over the United States to celebrate Mardi Gras. Yours truly, Sally. Who wrote this letter, everyone?
Sally.
And who did she write it to?
Molly.
Why did she write a letter to Molly? Could you tell me, Sarah? Why would she write a letter to Molly? To learn about what? I heard you say it. What'd you say? To learn about what? The South what? We learned about the Southwest, and today we're talking about the Southeast. So why would she write to Molly about the South what? Good job. Thank you, Sarah. The Southeast. So that's why she wrote a letter to her. Yes, in my letter is a map of our state. Can you find our capital in New Orleans on the map? Come up here, Sarah. One more time, please. Tell me where the capital is. Where would the map, the star be? Show everyone. Does everybody see where she just pointed?
Yeah.
What does the star represent? You can sit down, thank you. It represents Baton Rouge. Good job. You pronounce that right, Baton Rouge, I believe? And that's the capital. But also, what did I say before? The star in any map represents a capital. So in this map, the star represents Baton Rouge, which is the capital. Also, can you find New Orleans on our map? Does everybody see New Orleans on the dot? Okay, what would be a reason, after reading what we just read, what would be a reason why people would come to New Orleans? Let's look up here. What was something that we talked about? Where people dress up in colorful costumes and they come all over the United States. What do they come for when they visit Louisiana? Take your time, just read it. Mardi Gras. Good job. So they come for what? The Mardi Gras, right?
Right.
So it's a festival where they dress up in all the colorful costumes and they do the Mardi Gras. They celebrate. So let's learn about some facts about the Mardi Gras, you guys. Mardi Gras means Fat Tuesday. Isn't that funny? Why would it mean Fat Tuesday? That's funny. Mardi Gras is always on a Tuesday in February or March. Maybe that's why. Because why? It's called Fat Tuesday because it's always on a Tuesday, right? Right. And I guess it's full of people, so it's just one big Fat Tuesday. Full of all these people. These colors of Mardi Gras are purple, green, and gold. At midnight, police officers on horses ride through the festival. They send everyone home. If they didn't send everyone home, they'd probably party all night, wouldn't they? Having so much fun with the all the colors and the Fat Tuesday and having the festivals. If they didn't have the police officers that rode through on horses, everybody would stay, so they have to send everyone home. What is Mardi Gras known as? After what we just read, it's known as Fat Tuesday. Thank you. Why do you think it would be known as Fat Tuesday? I don't really know myself, but I would just say it's because it's got a lot of people in there, right? But that's just what would help me remember. Is there's a lot of people, so it must be a Fat Tuesday. What are some colors? Paige, look up here. What are some colors of the Mardi Gras?
Green and gold.
Green and gold. Good job. What's another color?
And purple.
And purple. So green, gold, and purple. At what time would the police officers ride through what time would they come through the festival?
Midnight.
Midnight. Thank you, Zach. They come through midnight. Maybe not right on the point, but they still come. Just, tell everyone they have to go home. They stay out all night. So let's learn about another state that's in the southeast. Is everyone ready?
Ready.
Okay. Dear Molly, I live in Kentucky. Mammoth Cave is in Kentucky. So we're talking about another cave, everyone. So what was another cave that we've talked about? What is it? The what? Yeah, we're talking about the Mammoth Cave right now, but another cave that we talked about that you could probably get confused with was the Carlsbad Cavern Cave that has bats in it in Oklahoma City. That was in the southwest region, but today we're talking about the southeast. And in this state, Kentucky, they have a different mountain, or a different cave called Mammoth Cave. It's in Kentucky. It is the longest cave in the world. The other cave, Carlsbad Cavern, has what in it?
Bats.
It has bats, but this one, however, is the longest cave in the world. See that? In the world. Many people visit the cave. Sincerely, Jed. P.S. In my letter is a map of the state. Can you find our capital and Mammoth Cave on this map? Who wrote this letter? Why do you think Jed would write the letter? What would Jed like the letter, Sarah? You just told me a minute ago because we're learning about the South what? We're learning about the southeast, so that's what she wants to know about, the southeast. Who wants to come up here? Someone raise your hand. You come up here. Put your finger on the star for me. Because we want to know, it said, can you find our state capital? All capitals are represented by a star. Good job. Read that word for me. As best as you can. Frank what? Frankfurt. Good job. You can sit back down. Thank you. Everybody, he just said that Frankfurt was the capital. And look, right below it, right here is Mammoth Cave. What is Mammoth Cave known for? But let's read this. What does it say? Read it for me. What? longest cave. So the Carlsbad Cabin Cave had what? But this cave, the Mammoth Cave, is what?
It is.
The what? The longest cave in the world. So let's learn some facts about that long cave. Is everyone ready? Look.
Whoa.
Look at this picture, everyone. Look how cool. Does everybody see the picture? This is a picture inside the cave. Mammoth Cave has over 300 miles of tunnels. That's a long way. 390 miles, wow. Visitors can take tours of the cave. Tour guides tell visitors information about the cave. So how many miles is it, Rail? How many around?
39.
Around 390. Just know that's a lot of miles for a long cave. That's all you need to know. That's the longest cave in the world, is that Mammoth Cave right there. Because it's over 390 miles of tunnels. Why do you think people will come to visit it? Just because? Because it's just the longest one? It doesn't have anything special in it like the bats do, but it's still the longest, so people are going to want to come visit it. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about another letter because we're still in the southeast. So let's start. Dear Molly, I live in Virginia. Visitors like to come to visit Colonial Williamsburg. They can see what it was like to live 200 years ago. Visitors can learn about history and Colonial Williamsburg. Your friend Mark. P.S. In my letter is a map of my state. Can you find our capital and Williamsburg on the map? Who wrote this letter?
Mark.
Why did Mark write this?
Because he wants to know about the
Yeah, well, he wants to know about the southeast, right? That is in Virginia. So Virginia is in the southeast. Who did he write it to?
Molly.
He wrote it to Molly. Who wants to come and? Well, we know, but who wants to come up here anyway? Come on. You're next, okay? So get ready.
Okay.
Put your finger on the capital. Tell me what the capital is.
Capital is
Richmond. What makes you know that this is the capital?
because it has a star.
It has a star. Thank you, Royale. You can sit down. It has a star. Did everybody hear what he said? It has a star on it, which means it's the capital. So let's learn some facts about Williamsburg.
You ever been to Williamsburg?
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
Really? I haven't been. Alright. So what did we talk about a minute ago? We said that people would want to visit Williamsburg because it showed what it was like to live 200 years ago. That's a long time, right? So it kind of gives people now a little taste of what it was to live in the past. So let's read about it. It is a place to see what life was like in the 1800s. That's a long time ago. In the 1800s. Visitors can walk in the houses and stores. People work and dress like people did in the colonial days. Colonial Williamsburg is a good place to learn about our country 200 years ago. How many years ago was it, Zach? I just said it.
1800.
Well, exactly. It's what life would be like in the 1800s, but it's over 200 years ago. Right? Matthew, after reading this, what would visitors do when they would come to Williamsburg?
Visitors can walk in the houses and stores.
Yes, they can walk in the houses and stores. What do most people do when they're in Williamsburg? What do the people do that? What do they do? In this sentence, what do they do? Hey, do you want to read it for me? Tell me what they do.
People after like a parent.
And what?
Days.
Good job. In the colonial days. So they work and dress like people did in the colonial days. Because remember, this is a long time ago. This is talking about the 1800s. And people didn't dress like we do. They dressed like really old. They dressed like with a lot of clothes on. Because it was cold. They didn't really have like air conditioning like we did. So, I mean, it was a lot different.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'd be fine.
And that was the southeast. Are we going to just push through with the
No, just go down,
all the way
and
down?
then you do quiz.
Okay.
Yes, to Camden Middle School.
Should I do the video before, or is it's not important?
Yeah, you can go and show the video while, I want to show the video.
What, do you want the school?
Hit blank, and I'll go down to the quiz for you. Hit blank real quick.
Don't.
You just gotta